Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to CRI Learn Chinese Facebook page. This is Niu Niu, and yes, I am no longer in Beijing again. I am right now in Yunnan province. 我们来到云南啦，我们来到云南啦。After Xinjiang, which located in the, let's say, northwest area of China, we are now in the southern west or southwestern area of China in Yunnan province. A little bit like Xinjiang, this is also a place with beautiful natural resources, with beautiful plants, and with a lot of ethnic groups of the 56 ethnic groups here in China. So we are apparently embarking on a new journey. Right behind me or behind the camera, we have Xiaoshu with us. She is new for this journey, and Wunan Huangyue have already returned back to Beijing. So you are going to see me a little bit more often in this following 2 weeks here in Yunnan. Let's start our Yunnan journey. Yunnan province, Yunnan. As always, we are also live streaming this in other 3 pages in China Plus. We have China Plus America, China Plus South Africa, China Plus News, as well as CRI Learn Chinese. And if you have any questions, you're very welcome to leave the comment in all these 3 pages. I will take a look at them, and let's say I will answer the questions as much as I can, as soon as I can. And as you can see, I am in a very tropical view kind, because I am today in the tropical botanical garden, 热带植物园，西双版纳热带植物园 and I have a special guest with me here. Hello, 你好，你好，你好，你好。那跟我们的朋友们打个招呼。
Hello， 大家好，我是植物园里边的科普讲解员，我叫小玉，是当地的少数民族傣族。
傣族，小玉，傣族的小玉来今天帮助我们啊。所以讲解员 would be explainer or a little bit like tour guide， 讲解员。所以我们的讲解员小玉会带我们走一下这里这个漂亮的小园。Actually, the botanical garden is quite large. It covers a really large area. It covers a real island, an island, and we call it 葫芦岛. If you know 葫芦, a gourd, 葫芦. It covers the entire island. But here today, we are going to visit this little garden, which contains a lot of very interesting plants. They have interesting features and they have stories behind them. So let's take a look. Before doing that, let me say hi to many of you who have just joined the live stream. And we can take a closer look at these beautiful flowers while we adjust the items a little bit. I'm saying hello to Mac. Mac, you're saying hello. Hello to you too. 你好 to Natendra. Natendra, hello. Very happy to have you here. And we have many of you joining the live stream. As always, if you have any questions, please ask here in the comment area. We know 小玉其实有就是你名字其实是伊燕罕，对不对？
对的。
伊燕罕。Okay, so here in Yunnan, especially for the ethnic group people, they don't really have a family name. We say 有名没有姓，是吗？
对。
名字。first name, 名字 first name or given name, and 姓氏 family name 姓氏. They don't really have a family name, and they have their given name with a very interesting regulation, with an interesting rule. That is, if you are a lady, if you're a beautiful female, 是一个漂亮的女孩的话，就是会姓，就是第一个字会是一或者是玉。
对。
所以 the first character in your name would be 一 or yu. That'll be for beautiful ladies. And if you're a handsome gentleman, 就是帅气的男生，就会是矮。With the Chinese character yan. So this is a funny thing I just learned from our beautiful tour guide. And now let's take a look in the garden right now. Okay. To Pinky. Pinky saying hello, and we are walking this way. Sam saying 你很可爱，谢谢谢谢。我们今天要来看逛植物园，植物 is plants. 植物 plant. Yuan is a garden or a park, and depends on the theme of the park. So here we have this tropical botanical garden, which is 植物园, and if you know, zoo would be 动物园, 动物园, a zoo. And I am also saying hello to Jerry, saying very good place, 很美的地方. I totally agree, 是很漂亮的地方，而且有很多热带植物. There are many tropical plants. And we have Max saying 早安牛牛和 cameraman. We do not have a cameraman, we have a camera lady, a very beautiful lady behind the camera. Is 小树, and just like for the Dai people, it's not a family name and given name kind of structure. It is entirely a nickname, so don't call her 小 or 树, call her 小树. That's her name, and she is going to be with me the entire journey here in Yunnan. Hello to Rita, and hello to Nathandra, also to Mia. Mia is saying something I do not really understand, not really sure what kind of language is that, but thank you for the comment. Hoy Lakes, hello, happy to have you here, and we have many of you joining the live stream, and you are, 照片人, 为什么要叫照片人? 照片人是什么? What is picture? Oh, cameraman. We're talking about cameraman. No, we don't say 照片人. 照片 is a picture, while camera would be 相机, so 摄像. 摄像老师，小树是今天的摄像老师。摄像 is the action of taking a photo or shooting a video. So 摄像 photographer 摄像，摄像老师。今天的摄像老师是小树。Today's photographer is 小树。今天的摄像老师是小树。We have Magada saying wow. Thank you. Max saying 好漂亮. Not only are they very beautiful, they're also very interesting. For example, if you take a look at the palm tree behind us, 这是旅人蕉，对吧？是旅人蕉。对。Okay, so 旅人。If you are familiar with 旅行 travel 旅行 旅人 would be traveler 旅人 so traveler 旅人蕉 the reason this plant in Chinese is called traveler's palm is because if you're traveling around, especially in ancient time, and you're thirsty, 如果你很口渴但是没有水，口渴 thirsty 口渴没有水 have no water, you can actually use an axe to cut let's say hurt the tree a little bit, have a little cut, and then you would have clean water to drink. 所以旅人蕉 is the palm for travelers, because using this kind of special palm, you would be able to find some clean water to drink. Okay, so let's continue to walk. We have Hoy Lake saying it looks like a big Peebles. I'm not really sure if that is. And we have Giraffe saying hello to you too. We are today in 西双版纳 tropical botanical garden, and I would call it a plants park. And right now we are looking at some mimose, or we call it sensitive plant, and in Chinese it has a really interesting name, 含羞草. So 含羞 in Chinese actually means shy, being very shy. 草 is a grass. So we say this is a very shy grass. The reason for the name is that if you take a closer look, you can see that we are able to touch it a little bit. Oh, I think I should touch the larger ones. You touch it, and then it will be very shy and close up. 它会合起来，含羞草的叶子会合起来 because it's very shy. You touch it, it close up. 是不是很害羞 In Chinese we also say 害羞的草害羞。所以小叶子不会这样。
没有，这里是有2个种类的含羞草。
哦，是吗？
这个稍微不是特别敏感，这个就比较敏感一点，可以使劲的摸。
是2个种类啊？
对。
那怎么分辨呢？
叶形不一样呀。叶
形不一样，这个是就没有那么长是吗？
这个。就稍微摸重一点，它整个叶杆都会下去。就比如说摸旁边，对，
是吧？这个。哦，它掉下去了。所以它是叶杆会掉下去。
是摸重一点，整个叶杆都会往下耷。轻轻的摸的话，就是只有小叶子会慢慢的合起来。
Okay, so there are two kinds of sensitive plants. 含羞草有两种 two kinds. And if you touch it, if you lightly, gently touch it, it will fall. Well, I think the leaves would close up. 叶子会合起来，叶子 leaf close up 合起来。But if you touch it rather, let's say roughly, the entire stem and pebble would fall down. 不是这个对不对？这个是是哎，
都是
它掉下去了。
但是这个不是那么敏感，也会合起来。
会合起来。
但这个比较敏感。
Closing up. It's a very shy plant. And you can see that the shape of the leaf are actually a little bit different. 叶形形状 the appearance of it 不一样 different. Very interesting. Let's see. We have Sam saying 我也害羞 Yes, 害羞 is the word you're going to use for sure. Hui like saying have seen such plants here in Nerelia. Is that thorn too? I think so. In this little garden, we can see a lot of different plants. 有很多不一样的植物。Do you have killer hornets in China? Killer hornets? I think so. The thing is, in order to make this tropical botanical garden, they actually moved a lot of different plants here so that you can have a look at them. You can appreciate the stories behind it. That is why it's for many plants here, they are not originated here in China. 它们不是来自中国的，有一些植物并不是来自中国的。They are not from China, but they are here so that you can appreciate it. And here I am looking at what is called a 跳舞草，是不是跳舞草 dancing grass? 跳舞 dance 跳舞草 grass 跳舞草 dancing grass 跳舞草 dancing grass 跳舞草，所以它是对声音敏感。
对，它的小叶子就叶枕基部有海绵体，对人的声波比较敏感，就我们可以对它唱歌或者说话。
你可以唱一段傣家的歌吗？
我们去看那边那棵。
不是那个更容易跳吗？
更容易跳。
好呀。
那边有很多的小叶子。
好呀。Mac saying 我现在在纽约，我喜欢旅行，我爱纽约。I'm in New York. I enjoy traveling and I love it. Thank you for sharing this with us. And 跳舞草 dancing grass. I'm pretty sure it's not its Latin name. It's not a, let's say, so-called professional or academic name, but learning the Chinese name, the Chinese nickname of these plants would allow us to learn some fun words as well. So this one, 跳舞草 dancing grass, and I am inviting 小玉 to sing a traditional Dai people's, let's say, folk song, and let's see if they will dance. 那你来唱，对，你可以拿着，直接对着，你就唱就好了。
就。我们试一下，就可以看它这个小的叶子。我们就仔细看它的小叶子。
Really tiny leaves.
小叶子会张开或者合起来。
It will close up and stand up and move a little. See if this would make the situation a little bit better. We are trying to figure out whether or not you guys are having sound. So please let me know whether or not you can hear me in the comment area. Let me know if the sound quality as well as the picture is good enough. And at the same time, if you have any questions, please ask them in the comment area. I would be very happy to answer them. Right now we are in Yunnan province and in Xishuangbanna. Xishuangbanna is again a prefecture, 是一个自治州，傣族自治州. So we have a lot of people from the Dai ethnic group. They are living their life here, having fun, and wearing their traditional costume. I think it's very, very beautiful. 你穿了一个白色外套，所以我们有的朋友说，哎，是大夫吗？并不是，是白色外套。Okay, so I know that you are wondering about the beautiful lady next to me. She is actually of the Dai ethnic group, and she's wearing the traditional costume. 你穿的是传统服装吗？
对，这个是傣族的服装。
是有什么特点呢？
它就是穿长的筒裙。
筒裙。对，
可以防蚊防晒。然后衣服稍微紧身一点。衣服稍微紧身一点。然后它一般形式就是这个样子，就长的裙子，然后那个款式可以有很多种。好。So we know that this is actually a long skirt.
We know skirt is supposed to be the half, not super long ones, but for Dai people, the traditional clothes, 民族传统服饰，传统 traditional 服饰 clothing is a little bit very cute, very beautiful top, a little bit tight, with the rope tied in the one side. And then a long skirt, 长裙, a long skirt. So 传统服饰. Okay, let's continue to walk. And yes, please let me know if the sound is back. Thank you, Giovanni, for saying the sound is back, for telling me that. We have Louis saying, hello, how are you? I'm very well. I'm in Yunnan province. 我现在在云南. Oh, I was speaking really fast. 我现在在云南. I am right now in Yunnan province in Xishuangbanna. If you want to come here and travel in Yunnan, you would realize that these are some places you'd like to go. You want to go to Kunming, which is the provincial capital, 省会 Kunming. And of course, you would like to go to Dali. Dali is also a city with a really long history and rich culture, Dali. And you want to come to Xishuangbanna. Local people also call it Banna as a short form of the name, Banna. Yes, so Xishuangbanna or Banna. We have Saeed saying thank you for the beautiful videos, and these Chinese are very practical. Thank you, 谢谢你的留言。We have Nansu saying 那个穿红色是穿的民族服装吗？是的 She is wearing traditional costume. We say 传统服饰 or 民族服装. 民族服装 would be the kind of clothes that is with the character or with the features of their own ethnic group. And let's move this way to see some other plants. Okay, so this one I'm looking at right now is also very interesting. 这个是叫粉纸扇. Okay, so this one is funny because as you can see, these are very pinky, very beautiful, and if you touch it like I am doing right now, the texture is a little bit like paper. It's let's say soft, but with strength. I think it's a little bit thicker than it looks, but I'll call it cost effective because instead of using the beautiful flowers and very colorful flowers to attract insects and maybe bees or butterflies to fertilize for them, they are using the calyx instead of the flower petals. So I think it's a very interesting plant. Let's continue to walk and see what else are we looking at. We have Diego saying 现在好了. It is okay now. 现在好了. Thank you for that information. Thank you very much. And if you guys have any, hello to Adil saying hello to you too. Happy to have you here. for me, it is a little bit. It's a little bit. Okay. So my signal was not so well, but it is good now. Hello to Javid. Javid, happy to have you here. Very happy to have you in the live stream. If you guys have any questions, please ask them. We know that here we are looking at some really huge leaves. 我们在这是大野鱼吗？
对，也海芋，
海芋。
我们说的滴水观音。
滴水观音。
对，
This also have a very interesting name, and you can see the leaves are huge. You can stand next to it and feel like a little tiny little girl in a big man's kingdom. 感觉自己进了大人国。大人国 So 大 is big, we know. 人 is human being. So this feel like I am in a outland area, not on Earth anymore, with this huge leaves. 它们可以做什么？这叶子有用吗？
可以拿来当森林里边的雨伞，就是它叶子最大的直径可以长到2米左右，差不多。
So the diameter of these leaves can be as long as 2 meters, 2 meters long. So it can be a really huge, a little bit like a very natural umbrella, single use, but effective if you want to use one. Very huge. And I think
它可以净化空气。
This plant is really good. And it's, of course, always good for the natural environment, for the air. You can use it, well, I think in tropical area. 滴水观音, yes, 滴水观音 would also be the name of this. 滴水 is like water drop. And the 观音 is a, let's say, I'm gonna say it's a kind of a goddess in a Buddhism sense. Oh, Xiaoshu has just crushed on a branch. As we say, in this place we have a lot of different kind of plants. And this is also a fun plant. At first glance, I guessed this is cactus, 仙人掌, but they're not. 它们不是仙人掌. I talked to a expert here in the garden previously, and he said that the two plants are from two entirely different origins. They live far away from each other, they have nothing to do with each other, yet they are living in similar areas, in similar environment. They would, let's say, evolve to similar features, similar traits. So this is, I think, not even a remote relative to cactus, but it looks really like a cactus, and you can see it also has the needle-shaped leaves. So we say 针叶. 针 is a needle. 叶子 leaf. So 针叶 would be a needle-shaped leaf. 针叶. You can see that this is also very resilient to dry climate. They're from India, right? 是印度吗？原产是印度，是吗？ They're from India, so originally they're from India, and they are really resilient to dry climate, to, let's say, harsh environment. But now they're here, enjoy the humid climate here in Yunnan, because we know Yunnan is having a tropical weather, a tropical climate. Yet this strange, looks like very tough plant is here and having fun. And this is also a very beautiful plant. As you can see, they have the clusters of flowers, tiny little flowers. 它们的花是一簇一簇的 cluster, 一簇一簇的花，而且颜色都不一样。They have different colors. 颜色不一样 different colors. 颜色不一样。We have a friend's name, which I do not know how to pronounce, saying good. Thank you for the comment. Hello to Miri, saying 你好 to you too. Happy to have you here. And we are looking at, this is called 曼马英丹, a name, again, I do not know how to translate, but I think it carries a kind of romantic feeling in the Chinese characters. Thank you, Farika Yati. Thank you for the comment. Very happy to have you here. As always, if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comment area. I will address them. At the same time, they if you have questions about this beautiful botanical garden, you can ask them too, because we have our expert and 导游姐姐, our tour guide lady, our explainer lady here in this garden with us to answer all these questions. Okay, so for you guys, I have a question. If you take a look at this, 这是花，对不对？花絮. Okay, so this is a kind of flower. You can guess whether or not they sting if you touch them. 摸起来会不会扎手？大家可以猜一下 have a guess. 摸起来会不会扎手 ？Whether or not it will sting if you touch it. By the look of it, 猜一下 would be have a guess. 会不会 whether or not 扎手 扎 is sting, so whether or not it will sting. You can have a guess. And we have Miri saying, very nice garden. Thank you for the comment. You can take part in our little, interact activity here. Have a guess. Should I touch these flowers? Should I touch these flowers or not? Leave your comment in the comment area. And we have Saeed saying, if possible, please write and spell the names on the screen. We are doing that when there is let's say if there is some Chinese expressions and words that are very useful, we are typing it, the Chinese character as well as the pinyin on the screen. So yes, you can take a look at them and maybe keep some notes. It'll be a good way to improve and learn your Chinese. At the same time, please let me know whether or not should I touch the flowers. And let's see if you have any questions for me here in China Plus. We have friends on China Plus America. Hello, we have you from South Africa. Hi, hello, happy to have you here. George is saying hello from New York City, 在纽约。你们都不睡觉 Aren't you guys, I do not think this is a very friendly time for you, so thank you so much for tuning in to the live stream. And we have Michelle saying the bird sound in the background is so beautiful. Aw, thank you. I appreciate the bird sound as well. And like I was saying, here in a tropical botanical garden, 热带植物园, the environment is really conducive to natural animals and, let's say, creatures. So plants, 植物, plant, 植物, and animal, 动物, or you can sum it up and say 动植物, plants and animal, 动植物 are having a really good time here. 动植物在这里都非常的适合动植物生存啊。Okay, so okay, so I'm saying hello to Hold, saying wow, how cute, very cute. And Kun saying nice, thank you. Giovanni saying, do they have any edible fruiting plant in the garden? 有可以吃的植物吗？
有，比如说可可。
哦，可可就可以吃，对不对？对。Okay, we're going to take a look at some cacao later. Do not worry about it. We are taking a look at them later. Not really sure if we are still on. Let me take a look at that while you guys focusing on this special flower. Okay, like I was saying, the fun question here is whether or not should I touch it, and I'm gonna show you the answer. It's actually quite fuzzy, a little bit fluffy, but it's really wet and moistured. 很湿润, kind of wet, 湿润. And you can touch it. Instead of having needles and which stings, it actually is very soft. 絮状, we say in Chinese, 絮状. So yes, you can touch it and it looks very fun. Okay, let's continue to move. to the question whether or not can you eat anything here in the garden, or whether or not is there a edible plant here in the garden, may I present cacao. Ta-da! Here we are having cacao here, used to make chocolate. 做巧克力的可可豆，是不是？可可 that'll be the Chinese name of it. 可可豆. Dough is a kind of bean, so if you take a look at the shape of it, it does look like a huge bean. And I was told that if you cut it open, you would see some tiny little 像苦瓜里面的
差不多
结构
结构差不多。
So inside there are tiny little bean-shaped stuff clustered together. It's a little bit like the bitter gourd, 苦瓜. And this is cacao, 可可豆. So we know that 可可 is not originated here in China, yet we can see them here in this garden. 我都没有见过真的可可豆。你们以前见过真的？你们见过可可豆吗？ Have you ever seen cacao before? Let me know. Let me know in the comment area. Here I have Christian sharing the live stream. Thank you so much for doing that. And you're saying in Xishuang Banna, I have friends in the landscape ecology department. Please send my greetings to Alice Hughes' lab. Not really sure if I can know everyone in Xishuang Banna, but if I see them, I will totally send them your regards. Belly saying beautiful. Thank you for the comment. And we have Amiri saying, I love China and Chinese culture. Then you are in the right place. Here in Yunnan, we will travel to 3 different places here in Xishuang Banna, and later we'll go to Pu'er, which is famous for its tea, 茶，是一个产茶的有茶的原产地啊，产地 production area, 产地茶的产地 production area. And we are going to also visit Yuxi, 3 different places here in Yunnan, and we will present you with a lot of different live streams and videos. Make sure you stay tuned. I Learn Chinese as well as China Plus pages. And we have welcome. Our friend is saying welcome. Are you in Yunnan? Is that why you're saying welcome? Let me know. We have Saeed saying, can you facilitate me in starting Chinese language center in Pakistan, or refer me to some sources? That is a very hard to answer questions. Actually, it's very complicated. We can talk about it a little bit later after the live stream, but thank you for leaving a comment here in this way. And you are great to speak. Thank you for that. Let's continue to move and let's see what are some other plants we are going to see. Previously, I was talking to, mo yu is also something interesting. So this does not really look like a very, let's say, common plant, but it is something very useful. And after you process a little bit in a factory, this would transfer to a kind of powder. We say 魔芋粉, a kind of powder you can use in the kitchen. You can use to come up with some fun cuisine. And the reason this is very popular, 很流行啊，魔芋粉很流行的原因是它可以帮助减肥 because it does not carry a lot of calorie, and you can eat it and you can feel full without actually consuming a lot of energy or a lot of carbs. So this has become a very popular food ingredient. 是一个很流行的食材，流行 popular 流行的食材。That's the reason. I think it's a little, and they really do not look like a typical plant. 看起来不像一个典型的植物。这种叶子看着就非常热带。
这个就是那个魔芋的叶子。
这是魔芋的叶子吗？
对。
So this is the leaves of the plant we have just seen.
像一把伞。
It looks like an umbrella, isn't it? 像一把伞哎，我可以站在下面。像一把伞。You can have me under that. 魔芋 konjac, yes. This is the plant of konjac. 所以它是 死掉之后会变成那样吗？
它是先一朵花开出来，那边介绍牌上有它的花，
它先开出来，
开完花了以后，然后
就会变成
就果子，它是先长叶子，然后开花，然后就结那个果。
Okay, so this, a little rough and bumpy, but this is the konjac. Konjac. You can use it to make some food that will not make you gain any weight, and I think this is in the shape of an umbrella, which is very cute. And we have Connie saying, very good learning in China. Thank you for the comment. We have Ho Sam watching the live stream and Kenneth or Kent watching the live stream. Thank you for doing that. And if you guys can send me any comments, it'll be amazing. If you like this live stream, please like and share and comment as much as possible. We have Christian saying the cacao fruit is delicious. You can eat the flesh of the fruit too. One is ripe enough. We are the land of the cacao here. The land of the cacao, huh? We say, ooh, this is fun. 可可之城是不是？可可之城 The land of the cacao, land of the cacao. We have Saeed saying, so nice of you. Keep the great job up and cheers. Thank you for that comment. Let's continue to walk and see what are some other things we want to take a look. 光棍树吗？它叫？
对，绿叶树。
Okay, so
这个，
这个吗？
对，
它为什么叫光棍？是因为没有叶子吗？
对，它叶子退化成了小树棍。它的老家在非洲，它为了减少水分蒸发，所以把它叶子退化成了小树棍。但植物需要绿叶来替代它进行光合作用，然后它就树棍也是绿色的。
Okay, so this is another fun plant. As you can see, these are very typical trunks and branches, but if you take a look up there, you would see that they do not actually have a leaf-shaped leaf anymore. They have some tiny stick-shaped leaf, 小树棍 stick, 棍子 and they are actually leaves, and they are still green, so they can still bring, let's say, energy from the sun to the tree, but it will make sure that they don't evaporate too much, they don't lose water too much. And if you take a guess, this is a place, this is a plant originated in Africa, 是非洲原产的树啊，所以对于它来讲，不损失水分很重要，水分 water 水分。So with these strange shaped leaves, you can see that they will not lose their water easily. And the funny thing about this tree is it has a name in Chinese. Its Chinese nickname is 光棍树. 光棍树. So 光 carries the meaning of nothing but. So they have not anything but. 棍 is the stick. 棍 is the stick. So 光棍 in Chinese actually is talking about a bachelor, the kind of man that is not in a romantic relationship, that does not really have a significant other. But this is not purely positive, it is a little bit negative as well. So 光棍树 would be talking about this tree having no spouse in a joking way. I think it's funny. Okay, let's continue to move. Again, 这是仙人掌了吧？它也还不是仙人掌。See, I continue to mistaken these plants with cactus. 仙人掌。Oh, let's learn the name of cactus in Chinese. 仙人掌，仙人掌 cactus. 仙人掌。And that is a palm tree, and in Chinese we call it 九品棕. 九品棕. So 九品 would be a wine bottle. You can see the trunk of the plant looks like a wine bottle. 九品, 九品, 九品. So 九品棕, 九品棕. I think a little bit further away you can also see 九品兰, 九品兰, the wine bottle orchid, wine bottle lily. 这看起来很像含羞草的叶子，
这是蕨类植物。
蕨类植物。
然后这两棵是那个油棕，就榨棕榈油的。 我们吃的方便面啊、饼干、各种油炸食品里面呢，就会有这种旅游的成分，就是拿它的果实来
So
榨
you。can see this is actually a palm tree, and you can get palm oil from it. Extract some palm oil from it. Like I was saying, when you're traveling here, not only can you enjoy the beautiful sightseeing, you can also learn something fun, learn some interesting features of the plants. I was just talking to Xiaoshu previously that plants are very logical. They are the kind of things that make a lot of sense. If you think about it, they would evolve their calyx into different colors so they can attract animals to help them reproduce and without having to cost a lot of energy. And I think it's a funny idea. And this one feels like some strange flowers as well. 这个植物的花长得很奇怪哎，
对，有点像珊瑚。这个是佛度树，
佛度树。
它底下膨胀的部位长得很像佛祖的肚子。它是一种药用植物，就治疗跌打损伤、毒蛇咬伤的。
毒蛇咬伤？
对，本身它自己也是有毒的。
Like I promised in the caption, this is also a poisonous kind of plant. 有毒 poison 毒，它是有毒的。It is poisonous. However, since it contains these a little bit, let's say to human beings, a little bit extreme kind of content in it, you can also use this as a certain herb. It has medicinal function as well. So this is a kind of herb you can use as antidotes to snake poisonous, and also you can rub it on where you've hurt so that it will cure your bruise. 听懂没？没，我听懂了呀，我翻译给你听。I met some lovely travelers who are saying, "Did you understand what she's saying?" Yes, I did. Let me translate the Chinese for you. I think it's very cute. Plants give us oxygen. Yes, that's for sure. Oxygen, 氧气，氧气，植物给我们提供氧气。Thank you, Giovanni. I always liked your comment. As always, if you guys like the live stream, please like and share and comment much as possible. It helps me a lot. And we are traveling in 西双版纳热带植物园，热带 tropical area， 热带 and 植物园 would be a botanical garden. See this one? The 酒瓶兰 we were 是酒瓶兰这个？
对。
酒瓶兰 we were talking about. 酒瓶 would be the bottle, wine bottle, 兰花 orchid. 兰酒瓶兰 All the names I am giving you here are, I feel like nickname. They are definitely not the Latin name of these plants, but they are the kind of nickname that will help you remember the plant as well as remember the features of the plant. So I think it's very interesting. And one thing I have to share is right in front of me, I am looking at 无忧花. So it's Yoyo's flower. 泰国无忧花 Yoyo's flower. I think it's funny. 它为什么叫无忧花？
这个目前还不知道。
就是一个可爱的名字是吗？
因为它是相传是佛祖释迦牟尼诞生之树，就佛祖嘛，可能就是那种无忧无虑的那种。
So I think the name of it has something to do with the religion, saying the Buddhists actually have a long story with this plant. That is why if you understand the essence of Buddhism, you would find yourself in a worryless place. So without worrisome, that'll be 无忧，没有忧虑，没有 have no 忧虑 would be things that trouble you or things that makes you unhappy, that annoys you. So 无忧花, a happy and troubleless plant. 无忧花, very nice. We have our friend sharing the caption of the live stream. Oh, thank you. If you guys have any questions, you can also ask. Let's see if there is any in some of our other pages. I'll take a look at the China Plus America page and see if you guys have any questions there before we continue our journey in the botanical garden. Hello, Kenny. Happy to have you here. Kenny is saying the flowers look like chili. 像辣椒. Oh, yes, the flowers do look like chili. But they are not chili, and 它们不是辣椒, They are very tender and very soft and a little bit fuzzy. Hello, Shayla Hill. Happy to have you here. Happy to have you in the live stream. And we have Bruce Ju saying hello from Virginia. Happy to have all of you here in the comment area. As always, let me know if you have any further questions. In the meantime, let me give you a little bit more information about Yunnan and, of course, about Xishuang Banna. Before we go, Xiaoshu is moving back and forth. I want you to take a look at this flower because this, and also a huge butterfly. You can see this flower only have the long pistils and they do not have petals anymore. I was told that they are attracting little birds and sometimes even bats instead of bees and butterflies. So you can have a tiny bird stop or stay on the flower and their whole body would covered with the honey of the flower so that they can help the the plant reproduce. And that is the thing I was talking about plants here. They make a lot of sense. They have their targeted audience. They would target, let's say, butterflies or bees or special kind of insects or even tiny little birds or bats as their envoy or convoy to help them reproduce. And after doing that, they will find the most cost-effective way. So 以他们是非常节能的 if you think of it. 成本低啊，降低成本，降低 would be lower the cost. 降低成本 cost. They will lower the cost and make sure that they can reproduce with the minimum cost they can bear. Okay, at the same time, like I was saying, Yunnan is noted for a very high level of ethnic diversity. It has the highest number of ethnic groups among the provinces and autonomous regions in China. One of the largest one, we know that Xinjiang is the place with a lot, actually with all the ethnic groups here in China, but Yunnan is also famous for that. It's famous for having over 20 ethnic groups living here, and Daizu being the most prominent one. At the same time, for Xishuang Banna Dai Autonomous Prefecture in the extreme south of Yunnan province in China, this place actually is bordering countries including Myanmar. So it's bordering Myanmar. If you travel here in Xishuang Banna, it is possible that you can receive some text messages telling you that you're crossing the border because it's really just very close. 所以这里和缅甸接壤 in Chinese we say 接壤 bordering 接壤 yes. Again, in this very nice garden, if you are a traveler here, you would of course appreciate more than just this little garden with all these different kinds of plants. You would also enjoy the beautiful flower garden. We say 百花园, 100 flower garden, 百花园. And also they have a special garden for fig. 无花果科啊，就是榕树 ficus 榕树. So a very nice place to enjoy your stay. And this one is 凤尾竹. It's a kind of bamboo. 凤尾竹. It also got a very beautiful name. We say it looks like a phoenix tail. 凤凰 phoenix tail 尾巴 凤尾竹 phoenix tail bamboo 凤尾竹. This is actually very popular. You can have them decorate the neighboring area, and you can have them decorate sometimes even the inside of some hotels. Very nice. And this is, well, actually this is also a fun tree because right here you can see the flower of the tree. They will start as yellow. 开始的时候是黄色，花一开始是黄色。Start with yellow, and then they will slowly transform to red. 会变成红色啊，好，这个完整的，会变成红色。So they start with yellow and transform to red, and I think they're very beautiful. 渐变 slowly shifting or turning to 渐变。花的颜色会变，不同颜色的花。And you can see 花蕊的形状也会变化，会聚在一起。Plants make a lot of sense, which makes me happy. I think sometimes when you're living in a chaotic world, when people act randomly, when countries fight with no good reason, it is nice to have something a little bit like an anchor in the world that is always constant, that is always the same. And this is 金杯藤. 金杯 is a golden cup, golden cup. 藤 shows you that this is a kind of plant, and the shape of the flower looks like a cup, a golden cup. 金杯. 金杯. And I was told that if you smell it, it has a flora of chocolate, 会是巧克力味的，闻起来是巧克力味的。哦，这个闻不到哎 I can't smell it. Let me find
这个是
another
另
one.
外一个种类，要这个才会有。
这个吗？
这个种类的还没开花。
哦，还没有开花吗？
对，这里有2种金杯花。它可能有一点点，但是很淡，就这个味是更浓。
It's very subtle, a little bit of smell of a chocolate, tiny little bit. 有一点点巧克力的气味。Oh, in Chinese we say 味道. It's the taste. 味道 taste. And 气味 smell 气味. So 气 is air, we know, and 味 is the feeling of something or taste of something. So 气味 would be smell and 味道 taste, 味道 taste. As for this kind of flower, you can see that they have really, really long 花蕊, really long pistil, really long pistil. And they're long for a reason. I was told that it is to make sure that their honey do not fall into their own flowers, so they would not reproduce with themselves. 自花授粉, I think it's a too complicated a word. I'm not going to teach you something you're not going to use shortly, but it is to prevent that from happening. So you can see you have the really long pistils and the tiny, shorter stamen under that, so they would not, let's say, have intimate relationship with themselves. So that'll be that. And this is also interesting. You can see this is little thin pipes, 很细的管子 pipe 管子. This is specially for butterflies. You can see that butterflies would lay on it, and it will be easy for butterflies to have their really long, let's call it mouth, and stick it into the flower to have the honey and move on to other flowers so they can reproduce. And if it is a bee, it'll be very hard for the bee to do so. And bee would actually steal the flower or steal the honey. We say 盗蜜 偷盗 would be steal. 蜜 honey, 蜜蜂蜜 honey. 偷盗蜂蜜 盗蜜 would be steal the honey from underneath the tube. So they are not actually helping the flowers reproducing, but they're getting the honey they need. Interesting plant. 我觉得这些植物都非常有趣啊，很有意思。These funny little anecdotes are the things you can tell your friends about and can, have a little laugh over. And in places like this, we would be able to enjoy an adventure that is educating as well as entertaining. Yes, this one again, the one that looks a lot like cactus, but they're not. 这是什么？
蓝蝴蝶。
蓝蝴蝶，是因为长得像蝴蝶吗？ Okay, so this is called blue butterfly, 蓝蝴蝶, because if you take a look at the flower, it looks really like a butterfly. 蓝蝴蝶. We have Lucky saying, this flower also in my place. I love red color. Butterfly, where is it? I saw a butterfly previously on that plant, and this one looks like a butterfly, 蓝蝴蝶, which is why in Chinese it got the nickname of blue butterfly. Blue butterfly, 蓝蝴蝶 looks really like a butterfly, 蓝蝴蝶. Giovanni saying, remember the wind can also transfer the pollen too. Yes, wind can transfer the pollen, which is why some flowers after a while decided that they do not really need bee or they do not really need any other animals anymore, and that is why they are 这是无心花是吗？
对
They
黄茶
decided to hide their pistils, to hide their 我们有没有一只可以摘下来的比较已经坏了的？哦 Okay, so if you take a closer look at this, you would see that it's hard to find their pistils. 找不到花蕊 and that is why they realized that they can self-transfer the pollen themselves. They do not really need the help of a bee or a butterfly anymore. So they're hiding their pistils. 他们会把他们的花蕊藏起来，hiding. 藏起来. And if you take a really closer look and tear it up, you would see that this little structure here, this structure is to prevent any kind of insect to get in. They are only inviting a very special insect so that it can help them transfer the pollen. Very funny idea. And we have a question. Giovanni saying frozen. Is it better now? Are we back now? Christian saying you know the name of the bird who are singing now. Sounds beautiful. 我们这里这个在叫的鸟是什么鸟啊？正在叫的，不知道吗？ Because we have too many birds here, so I do not think that we know the name of that special kind of bird. But yes, it is chirping and it's very nice. And this got a very fun name in Chinese, 神秘果, mysterious fruit. It is mysterious because I think the time has already passed, the season is no longer right, but the fruit of this plant, if you taste the fruit of the plant, if you taste a 神秘果, 神秘, mysterious fruit, you are no longer feeling the taste, you are no longer tasting sour. 就不觉得酸了，会觉得酸的东西是甜的。So if you take a taste, if you try, 如果试一试，尝一点神秘果 and then you try, for example, lime or lemon or anything that is sour, or vinegar, you would taste sweet, sour. 可以吃到甜味，吃不到酸味了，会觉得酸的东西，酸 sour 酸的东西是甜的 sweet 甜的。You think it's a funny fruit? Too bad I cannot try it. 我们没有能尝的是吗？就已经
要6月份。
6月份。
对。
It has to be June. So if you are dying to try this special mysterious fruit, 神秘果, you have to come here in June and try it for yourself. Yes, 神秘果. Lucky saying, I don't like yellow, I like red flowers only. Oh, these are yellow flowers. And we're looking at some red flowers. These are what you like. 红色的花 red flowers. I see many of you guys are watching the live stream. If you like it, please send a comment in the comment area so I will know what are you thinking and what do you want to know. And Lucky saying, you deserve it. Oh, thank you. Birds sound so good. I agree. 鸟叫声很好听，是不是？鸟叫声很好听。这些是树叶，是不是？红的这个是叶子。
它叫赤苞花，赤裸裸的赤，然后红的这个是它的苞片。
苞片。
对，招蜂引蝶的。
This is the cost-effective flower I was talking about, or cost-effective plant. Even though you see that these leaves look really red and beautiful, they are not the real flowers. The real flowers are the teeny pink ones. They're tiny and they allow the red, let's say, leaves to attract bees and butterflies for them. 赤苞花. We say 无忧花 again. One thing I think I would like you to see would be that one. Let's walk over. You can try to appreciate the corridor here in the tropical botanical garden, like I am doing right now, because you can see that here you've got a little bit of pond， 有一个小池塘，这是流出去的河吗？还是就是池塘？
这是一个小池塘。
小池塘 a pond， 小池塘 a little pond, and also all the leaves next to you, some beautiful red flowers.
狗尾红，
狗
尾巴。
狗尾红. So it is the dog tail red kind of flower, very interesting. And one thing we'll take a look is this. If you take a look at the color and texture of it, it looks a little bit like meat, and it will generate the smell of some dead meat, so that insects would come here and they will come. 虫子会从这里爬进去，然后会被关起来。It will be kept inside the little, I'm gonna call it jail, the little jail back here, the cell back here. They will trapped in here for a day, and they will be inside and get a lot of pollen. And the other day, the flower would let them out, allow them to escape, and they can climb into another one. That's how they transfer their pollen. 这是他们授粉的过程 ，very funny. Lucky saying, you are patient. You have a patient personality. Thank you very much. And how much cost this flowers? 植物贵吗？值钱吗？
看哪种？
那这种，比如说，这是普通花，是不是？
这个也不能单纯看植物对自己的定义。你觉得它值，它就值哈。
哦，这个很有非常哲学啊。Okay, so I got some really philosophical answer from our beautiful guide lady here. She is saying that all the plants in the tropical botanical garden are special in their very own way. They can be very beautiful, and also some of them are precious. And the thing is, if you like a plant, you would pay for it with the price in your heart. So it depends on whether or not you like it. So it depends on whether or not you think it's worth a lot of money. Funny, but very philosophical answer. Hello, Mohammed. Happy to have you here. Oh, and we have Christian saying, if you see big white flowers close there, almost always mean they are pollinized by nocturnal animals like insects and bats. Yes, I heard that. I think you are a specialist in botanical area, aren't you? I recall you being a scientist in that regard. And the reason that they are white is because they actually bloom in nighttime. They do not need their fancy color to attract other insects or other birds. That is why they can, bloom during nighttime and allow their fragrance, their very nice fragrance, and the shape to attract insects and bats. Yes, that is very interesting. And we have Mohammed asking, where is this place? It's Xishuangbanna Tropical Botanical Garden in Yunnan. It's like a bird, not a flower. I know, it is a little bit like a bird, and it can actually trap insects in. And yes, we have already finished our tour around here. We started with the Lurenjiao, the traveler's palm tree over there, and we are back in here. If you can take a look, or if you have watched the entire live stream, you would realize that it is not a really huge place. It's not a really huge place, but it contains a lot of fun and beautiful flowers. And this actually brings us to the end of today's live stream. Thank you guys so much for being here, and special thanks to Xiaoyu, who has been here with us and answering all these questions. 谢谢你，谢谢. Okay, so if you want to come here to Xishuangbanna Tropical Botanical Garden and see all these lovely plants, I would encourage you to do so, and make sure that you bring some water, because it can be I don't think it's dry, but it can be very hot here. So hydrate enough and enjoy the beautiful sea. From today on, we are going to live stream and share many fun videos here in Yunnan. And if you stay tuned with CRI Learn Chinese and China Plus pages, you would be able to
stay on track with our live stream. So thank you so very much. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.